Windows Server 2022. Welcome back everybody. I'm Prakash Pradhan, your trainer for this entire series. So in today's topic, we're going to discuss about the logon message that you find in a server family operating system or sometimes even in a client operating system. This can be displayed. So the main concept of using this logon message in server or the client family operating system is actually to display any type of message. That message, it can be typically used to warn users that they are logging onto a secure private network environment actually. That means after the user hits Ctrl Alt Del and before they go through the authentication process to pass so that they can log in their domain environment, they will be displaying with the one type of message. So that can be any kind of welcome message or any type of instructions that can be seen or utilized by the user. So the main concept of using this logon message is that before user provide the authentication, that means the credential, username and password, there will be one message displaying on the screen. So that can be your some sort of your welcoming message also. So actually this gives a kind of your some sort of the information to the client that you are trying to log in a secure environment, some sort of your secure environment. And apart from this is a kind of information that is trying to tell you that your log will be monitored actually. Okay, so that unauthorized user will not be able to log in. So but in order to use this this logon message in server that we deploy via group policy to the client, in every client operating system we are going to deploy via group policy in the server, and the client will be able to see those messages in the user login. So but in order to make it practically implementation over here in our network environment, you need to understand that if you have given a message without giving a title of that message, in that case message will not be displayed over there. So that's why it is clearly mentioned over here that enabling this setting without also enabling interactive logon message title for the users attempting to log on will fail actually. That means there will be two settings. One is the title for your message one, and second one is for your message that goes along with your title. So without wasting further time, so let's go to the server and start the configuration. So this is my server 2022. Now let's go to the group policy. So I'm going to use my default group policy over here actually, rather than finding any specific group policy, but it is up to you. If you would like to deploy this one to only specific OU, only specific group that you would like to deploy, in that case that is up to you. But over here for the testing environment, I'm going to try it in my default domain controllers policy. So it's quite easy. So let's go to the default domain. I repeat again, this is not mandatory to use in a default domain all the time. You can easily implement this in your assigned OU as well. Okay, so right click, edit, and of course it's going to be displayed at the level of this computer configuration. So I'm going to use this computer configuration. Okay, it is not the login or logout script. This is simply a logon message. Okay, so let's go to the security. Inside the security you will find local policies, and inside the local policy you will finding security options. See, these are the steps. What we did, we went to the group policy, we edited the computer configuration, then we went to the setting, then we go to security setting, then we go to the local policy and security options. So you'll be finding below somewhere that the message to be displayed those who are trying to log in. Okay, so now let's see that. Let's expand it a bit. See here, this is message text for users attempting to log on access. So whoever is going to log on after they hit a Ctrl or Del, this message is going to display. But as we have discussed in that image, I have already clearly mentioned that this title is mandatory. So let's try that. Let's say any name that you would like to give as a name of this company. Okay, so in our testing place I'm going to give XYZ. Okay, this will be the title. Now after the title we would like to display some sort of the message. So that text message is this. So you can write over here, let's say good day, any message that you want. Okay, apply it. Okay, now it's set. Now don't forget to update group policy forcefully, otherwise you'll have to wait for the time so that the group policy will get updated in a refresh interval time. That's a by default 5 minutes that I've already set a video, or I've already made a video in Windows Server 2019. If you have missed that, so I suggest you to go back to that video and see. Now I'm going to log off, and you see that since the policy is deployed at the default domain level, so this will be applied to me as well. before we go to the client, we're going to see from here, so that it makes sure that the policy has been deployed to the server level as well. Okay, and this will be done after we hit the Control Alt Del. So that message having a title XYZ should be able to display over here. Now I am going to click this Control Alt Del, the message should get displayed over here. Congratulations, see, successfully it's done. XYZ was the title that we give, and it's a message that we give. Now similarly this one, let's try in our client as well. Okay, so here is my client. Okay, let's update over here also forcefully, because we don't want to waste the time. Though it's already updated from your server, still I would like to go for this update. So after it gets updated, I'm going to log off this client machine and I'm going to log in via client, and then you'll find that in a client also the policies are successfully deployed. Okay, so now let's log off. So I'm going to log off this client, and then I'm going to log in again back as one of the member of this domain controller. It's a domain client most probably. So in that client PC also, the message should get displayed clearly as we find in the server. Okay, like here we saw that one, it should be coming over here as well. Okay, so I'm going to hit Control Alt Del, that message should get displayed over here. Congratulations, see, it's successfully done. So easily it is implemented over here. See, this kind of message can be deployed in a network for giving us some sort of message also. So in my next video, I'm going to show you how to use the login or your log off or start script also. We can also deploy some sort of script in your login or your sign in and this sign out also. Okay, so if you find it fruitful, please do like and subscribe. Thank you.